The endocrine system, a complex network of glands and hormones regulating metabolism, growth, reproduction, and stress response, plays a critical role in aging. Hormonal changes are among the most visible and measurable biological shifts associated with advancing age, often correlating with changes in muscle mass, bone density, cognitive function, and overall vitality. However, recent research suggests that not all age-related hormonal decline is harmful, and in some cases, lower levels of specific hormones may actually promote longevity. Studying long-lived individuals has revealed that subtle recalibrations in hormonal balance, rather than simple preservation of youthful levels, may support a longer and healthier life. One area of particular interest is the thyroid axis, which governs basal metabolic rate, thermoregulation, and energy expenditure. As people age, thyroid function often declines, with reductions in circulating free T3, triiodothyronine, and sometimes T4, thyroxine, accompanied by modest elevations in thyroid-stimulating hormone, TSH. While overt hypothyroidism requires clinical attention, studies of centenarians have repeatedly shown a tendency toward low normal thyroid activity, which may be metabolically advantageous. A slower metabolic rate, modulated by reduced T3 levels, may protect against oxidative stress and limit cellular damage over time. This metabolic thrift is consistent with findings in animal models, where downregulation of thyroid activity is associated with increased lifespan. In humans, mild hypothyroidism in advanced age has been linked with reduced mortality and a lower risk of frailty, suggesting that attenuated thyroid signaling may be a marker, or even a mediator, of healthy aging. Sex hormones, particularly testosterone and estradiol, also play nuanced roles in the aging process. In men, testosterone levels gradually decline with age, and while very low levels are associated with sarcopenia, fatigue, and metabolic dysfunction, modestly reduced testosterone in older age may reflect a protective adaptation rather than simple endocrine failure. Among long-lived men, testosterone levels are often at the lower end of the normal range, and recent evidence suggests that chronically high testosterone may increase the risk of cardiovascular events and certain cancers. The key appears to be balance, maintaining sufficient androgenic activity to support muscle mass, erythropoiesis, and libido, while avoiding the pro-inflammatory or pro-proliferative effects associated with excess. In women, estradiol levels drop sharply after menopause, contributing to bone loss, vascular changes, and metabolic shifts. However, centenarian women, who vastly outnumber male centenarians, often adapt to low estrogen levels with other compensatory mechanisms, such as better lipid profiles and lower systemic inflammation. Intriguingly, some studies have found that women who maintain higher postmenopausal estradiol levels within a modest range, either naturally or due to peripheral conversion of androgens, may experience slower biological aging and improved cognitive and cardiovascular health. Estradiol's anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties may help explain these benefits, though the window of opportunity and dosage appear to be critical, as excessive hormone replacement later in life may carry more risks than rewards. In both sexes, the growth hormone/IGF-1 axis, another key hormonal pathway, has also drawn interest in the context of aging. Lower IGF-1 levels in adulthood are associated with increased lifespan in some animal models and may reduce cancer risk in humans by dampening cell proliferation. Long-lived individuals often exhibit attenuated IGF-1 signaling, reinforcing the idea that reduced anabolic drive, rather than preserved youthfulness, may be a signature of healthy aging. This may partly explain why caloric restriction and certain longevity-related genetic variants, such as in FOXO3A, are associated with both lower IGF-1 activity and extended lifespan. What emerges from these patterns is a new perspective on endocrine aging, not as a uniform decline to be reversed, but as a complex biological adjustment. In long-lived individuals, the endocrine system appears to recalibrate itself toward a lower but more stable hormonal milieu, reducing growth signaling and energy expenditure while preserving key protective functions. This hormonal profile may limit oxidative damage, suppress chronic inflammation, and reduce the risk of hormone-sensitive diseases, such as certain cancers. Lifestyle also plays a significant role in modulating hormonal health in old age. Regular physical activity, adequate protein intake, stress reduction, and sufficient sleep all support more favorable hormonal profiles, helping maintain the integrity of the endocrine system even in advanced years. Moreover, maintaining metabolic health through diet and exercise helps preserve insulin sensitivity, which indirectly supports more balanced levels of thyroid, sex, and adrenal hormones. In sum, the relationship between hormones and aging is not a simple story of loss, but one of intelligent adaptation. The endocrine patterns observed in centenarians suggest that longevity may be supported by a subtle downshift in hormonal intensity, protecting the body from the metabolic costs of growth and reproduction while preserving enough signaling to maintain resilience and repair. By understanding these shifts not as dysfunctions, but as strategic recalibrations, we may move toward more nuanced approaches to endocrine health in aging populations, prioritizing balance over restoration and longevity over mere normalization.